Welcome to a special celebrity edition of Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. You ready for a run out, Eggs? Good stuff. Hoping to come away with a winning scoreline against the Eggheads today are No Dribbling. Now, this team of footballing favourites have provided some of the sport's most talked about moments, but will they finish top of the league today? Let's meet them.
Hello, I'm Pat Nevin, former international football with Scotland. Currently, I work as a co-commentator and an analyst on football in the media.
Hi, I'm Matt Elliott, ex-Leicester City and Scotland international. I'm here to prove the theory that footballers are not the sharpest tool in the box. Absolutely spot on.
Hello, I'm Helen Ward. I'm a current Welsh international footballer.
Pat Bonner, former goalkeeper, my whole career with Glasgow Celtic and, of course, the Republic of Ireland.
My name's Perry Groves. I managed to fool some of the people all the time, playing for Colchester United, Arsenal and Southampton, where I was a complete waste of money. Sorry, Saints fans.
So, Pat and team, hello.
Hi there, how you doing,
Thanks for
Jamie?
coming in. It's great to see football represented, Pat, and I'm thinking you're in the team captain position now.
For the first time in my entire life, I've been team captain. Never before in football history I've been team captain, but, you know, a good bunch. I'm confident in this lot, getting behind us, and a strong side.
Great, yeah, strong side. This lot are strong too. Have you got any thoughts on how to tackle them?
We've had a few thoughts, but really we're not sure because we have no idea, like every week, what the subjects are going to be. So it's going to be a bit up in the air, and we're going to have some tactics when the information comes out.
All right. Listen, good luck, team. It's great to see you. We really appreciate your time today. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers' chosen charity. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. So, brilliant, No Dribbling. The Eggheads have won the last 12. It means that the jackpot is £13,000 because nobody's yet taken the money. So it's set well for you, I reckon. The first head-to-head battle will be on the subject of film and TV. So it's one of you against either Beth, Kevin, Chris, Barry or Dave.
Right, well, I certainly didn't have it as my first choice, and I certainly was a couple of you who were interested. Helen, you were vaguely interested in that one?
Yeah, I'm happy to give it a go.
Happy to give it a go?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't mind.
Might as well get out of the way early doors.
I think there's a few of us happy with that one.
To be fair, I'll pass the buck. Helen can do it.
OK, Helen on film and TV. Choose an egghead here. Who looks as if they haven't been in a cinema for a while?
Perry watches this all the time. You must have a little bit more information. I watch it pretty regularly, but you are constantly watching
To be
this.
fair, it's got to be Kevin and Perry go large, isn't it? So it's got to be Kevin, isn't it? Don't you think?
Oh, you stitched Helen there, haven't you?
What do you think, Helen?
Yeah, we'll go for it. Why
happy
not?
to
You sure you're not being bounced into this?
No, it's
Don't worry.
fine.
it's not a
I'll
bad
get it out of the
start.
way nice and early.
OK, good stuff. Try and take down the
for the general.
Grandmaster.
An early goal, you know. It's always a
Yeah,
good thing.
well, sometimes just try and just shoot. Helen from No Dribbling, taking on Kevin, the Grandmaster, from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, would you please both take your positions in our famous question room? Film and TV is the subject. Helen, your choice. Would you like to go first or second?
I will go first today, please.
Here we go. Good luck. In which 2003 film do Emma Thompson and Hugh Grant play sister and brother Karen and David? It's a 2003 film, Helen. Is it Love Actually, Notting Hill, or Four Weddings and a Funeral?
My immediate reaction was Notting Hill, but I'm going to go with it. It's going to be my gut reaction. I'm going to go Notting Hill.
Notting Hill is your answer. Kevin, is this right?
I think that was a bit earlier, wasn't it? About 99, something like that. I would go for Love Actually.
Love Actually is the answer. Helen, sorry.
Yeah, as soon as I said it, I think I should have gone for that, but never mind. That's always the way.
That is the way it happens. OK, Kevin, your question. What is the stage name of the Australian actress Melanie Bounds, best known for her appearances in the Pitch Perfect films? Is Melanie Isla Fisher, Rebel Wilson, or Nicole Kidman?
Well, the one there who's... I must admit, I didn't know about her real name there, but the one of those who's in the Pitch Perfect films is Rebel Wilson, so that's the answer, I think.
Rebel Wilson is the right answer. OK, Helen, to come back and draw level, your question. Which long-running Saturday sports programme was first broadcast in October 1958 with Peter Dimmock as presenter? Is it Grandstand, World of Sport, or Sports Night?
This is going to be a bit of a guess, I'm afraid. 1958's just a bit before my time, so I'm going to go with Grandstand.
You're absolutely right. Well done. Grandstand it is. The lads are cheering. Kevin, which of these is the title of a film starring Jacques Tati? Monsieur Hulot's Christmas, Monsieur Hulot's Honeymoon, or Monsieur Hulot's Holiday?
This was Monsieur Hulot was a very long-running character for Jacques Tati. He did a lot of films based on that character over the years, and this was the first one back in the late 50s. I've actually been to the place where they filmed it. They have a statue there of him of Jacques Tati as Monsieur Hulot, and it's Monsieur Hulot's Holiday.
Monsieur Hulot's Holiday is right. Helen, you need this to stay in. In which Coen brothers film starring Nicolas Cage did Randall Cobb appear as Leonard Smalls, aka the Lone Biker of the Apocalypse? Raising Arizona, Fargo, or Miller's Crossing?
The only one of those three that I've heard of is Fargo, so again, I'm going to guess with that.
Raising Arizona is the answer, Helen. So I'm sorry, there's no way back for you in this round. Kevin will go into the final, but as Perry told us, he's a very good player, and it's quite a good tactic sometimes to hurl yourself at him very early on. Come back to us, both of you. We'll play round two. Okay, so No Dribbling have lost one brain from the final round. The Eggheads are still all there, and we need to try and change that if we can. Challengers, the next subject is politics. So who would like that?
He knows.
I'm
we
out.
did say.
This is the one that nobody at all wanted,
the ball.
including me.
Yeah, but Pat, lead by example. You're the captain.
I was holding out for art and lit, but I'm not going to get it, so it looks like it's going to be me.
Okay, Pat, well, that is, as Perry's suggesting, a brave example. Captain goes into the breach, against which Egghead can't be Kevin, any of the others. Who looks like they've never heard of number 10 Downing Street?
Dave?
Dave, go for it.
Go on then.
Yeah, go for
What
it.
do you fancy?
Go on then.
Dave.
Dave? Okay. Pat from No Dribbling versus Tremendous Knowledge Dave from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. So politics, Pat, I feel bad because I know this is not the round you would have chosen in a million years.
Of all the subjects that's covered in Eggheads, I think there's 9 of them. This was number 9 in my list, so
Oh,
I'm getting
dear.
thrown to the lines here.
All right, Pat, would you like to go first or second?
Might as well go first.
So here we go. The Bundestag is the name of a parliament in which country? Sweden, Russia, or Germany?
Well, thinking of Bundeswehr as the German sports firm, and various other Bundes things happen to be German. I think I might go with Germany in this one.
Excellent, you're quite right. Well done. Dave, which of these UK Prime Ministers held office first? Winston Churchill, William Gladstone, or Harold Wilson?
Harold Wilson was the 1960s and 1970s. I think Winston Churchill, 40s and 50s. It's William Gladstone.
William Gladstone is correct. Back to you, Pat. David Owen became leader of which political party in 1983? Was it the Social Democratic Party, Labour, or Conservative?
Actually, I'm going to pretend I don't know, but it's a Social Democratic, the SDP, when it was started, disappointment that the 2 other parties, and particularly the Liberal Party, wasn't serving the needs of a number of people. And I think he was one of them.
Social Democratic Party is quite right. Yeah, the so-called Gang of 4, he was one of them. Dave, here's your question. Walton, Wavertree and West Derby are parliamentary constituencies in which British city? Leeds, Liverpool or London?
I think Eric Heffer was Liverpool Walton, so that's my answer, Liverpool.
Liverpool is quite right. Okay, playing well here, 2-2. Pat, the third question can be crucial. Here we go. After the war in Yugoslavia, the constitutional status of Bosnia-Herzegovina was finally established at a conference held in 1995 in which town in Ohio? Is this Cincinnati, Toledo, or Dayton?
I'll be honest, I really don't know that one. But somewhere in the back of my brain, the word Dayton is shouting out at me. There certainly were some important meetings had politically in Dayton. So it's a sort of 90% guess. I'm going for Dayton.
What's the answer, Eggs?
Dayton.
Dayton is the right answer. Well done, Pat. Good quizzing, 3 out of 3. Dave needs this to stay in. The journalist Valérie Trierweiler is a former partner of which prominent French politician? Is it François Hollande, Nicolas Sarkozy, or Jacques Chirac?
I believe it was Francois Hollande.
François Hollande is the right answer. So we're level after 3. And it gets a bit harder now, Pat. I don't give you alternative answers. The standard full term for a governor of the Bank of England is how many years?
Now, currently, it's jumping out immediately 4, but I don't want to dive into 4 because obviously you're thinking of the Prime Minister. I'm really guessing 4 or 5. I'm in guess land here. Needs time to change things. 5.
Eggheads, do you know?
No, not sure. Might have gone for 5 though.
No.
No.
It's not. It's not 4 or 5. It's 8.
Well, I needed time to change things.
Okay, Dave, your question for the round. Sudden death we're on. At the 2002 Conservative Party conference, Theresa May famously warned delegates, you know what some people call us? The what?
The Nasty Party.
Nasty Party is the right answer, Dave. Well done. You've taken the round on sudden death. Sorry, Pat, you played really well there, considering it's not your choice of subject.
Pretty gutted because I knew the answer.
I'm sure you did. So knocked out by our Egghead. Please return to us, both of you. We'll play round 3. So as it stands, No Dribbling have lost a couple of brains now from the final round. The Eggheads are all still there. The next subject is arts and books. Now, who would like this? That was going to be yours.
We're not carrying much luck here, gang. We really are not carrying much luck.
Not getting much assistance here, are we?
So I'll take one for the team.
I think Perry.
Okay, Perry, big Eggheads fan. Against which Egghead? Perry, you can have, obviously you can't have Kevin or Dave. Any of the others?
I'm going to go for Beth.
Perry from No Dribbling taking on Beth from the Eggheads. Please go to the question room now. Perry, we noticed at the start you apologised to Southampton fans.
Well, I had to. They bought me for £750,000. Scored 2 goals, so £375,000 a goal is not bad value, really.
All right, well, I love the fact you watch Eggheads and you watch it, every day, so you know what this is all about. And this is the point at which I say you're doing arts and books, and would you like to go first or second?
Again, got to go first.
OK, up against Beth, our newest Egghead. Here we go. The artist Pablo Picasso died in which century? Perry, is it the 20th, 19th or 18th?
Can I go second, please, Jeremy? Well, I think he was... I'd say Pablo Picasso was the 19th century.
He died in the 20th century. Actually, fun enough, died in 1973. Perry. Beth, your question. No, I never guess. It's the shocking habit of the words of which literary detective from a novel first published in 1890? Is it Miss Marple, Sherlock Holmes, or Inspector Maigret?
That's the only one from that period is Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is right. Perry, get this right. Put some pressure on. Cool the Midlife is a 2015 book about embracing middle age by which broadcaster and DJ? Greg James, Joe Wiley, or Chris Evans? Cool the Midlife.
I think it's sort of titled that Chris Evans might write about like a midlife crisis with all that went on in his life with Virgin Radio and stuff like that. So I'm going to go for Chris Evans.
Perry, you're absolutely right. Well done. Chris Evans it is. Yes!
Come on.
Come on. OK, Beth, in Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, there are 3 Dashwood daughters, Eleanor, Margaret, and which other? Is the third one Marianne, Mallory, or Marjorie?
The third one is Marianne.
Marianne is right. Oh, Perry, I thought you might slip up there. So it means you need to get this one right to stay in. This is the line of poetry, OK? And how the silence surged softly backward when the plunging hooves were gone are the final lines of which famous poem? Is it She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron, The Listeners by Walter de la Mare or Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley?
This is going to be a total guess, and I've been watching Eggheads. Normally you go straight down the middle when you're struggling a little bit, so I'm going to go for The Listeners by Walter de la Mare.
The Listeners by Walter de la Mare is the right answer.
Well done.
Oh, yes.
That's what you get for watching Eggheads, Jeremy.
That's what you
Come
get.
on.
That's it. Brilliant. All right, now Beth can take it with this, but let's see. What is the title, Beth, of the debut novel of Cowie Hart Hemmings, which was turned into a film starring George Clooney? Beth, is it The Descendants, Syriana, or The Ides of March?
Well, I know these are probably all George Clooney films, but two I know are definitely Syriana and The Ides of March. He was definitely in those two. I'm going to go with The Ides of March.
Okay. Funny enough, the one I know best is The Descendants because I've seen it, and I think it might be based in Hawaii.
It is, yeah.
And is Cowie the clue there? That's a Hawaiian.
That's Hawaiian name.
Yeah. The answer is The Descendants,
Oh.
Beth.
Didn't know it at all.
Okay, so that's good, Perry. The force is with you.
Back in the game.
So much back in the game. So scores level after 3 questions. We go to sudden death. It gets a little bit harder because I don't give you alternative answers, as you know, because you watch every day. Here we go. Take your time, Perry. A field of what flowers did William Wordsworth famously describe in a poem as continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way? So we're looking for flowers here.
I'm going to go for a field of wildflowers.
It's daffodils. Daffodils is the answer. Beth, your question. J.D. Salinger's novel, The Catcher in the Rye, is set in which country?
It's set in the United States of America.
USA is the right answer, Beth. On sudden death, well done. You're in the final round. Sorry, Perry. You ran it pretty close there.
I'm happy with 2, to be fair.
Yeah, you did fine with 2. Well done, Beth, though. You're in the final. Return to us. 1 more round to play. Right, with 1 more round to play, No Dribbling have lost 3 brains from the final round. The Eggheads are still all there, and this is the moment to take one down. The subject is sport. That's got to be good, right?
Said this, Pat, didn't we?
There's a little Matt. We knew it.
Well, we
Matt
kept
or
at
Pat?
this point.
Sport was a toss of a coin between the
Between
two.
the two of you, yeah.
I'm happy to take it.
What about you?
Do you want to be left on your own, Pat? Can you handle it?
Be confident. You might.
No, I'm not.
Mama,
back together.
I'll come back and join you, mate. I'll come back.
Will you come back and join me? Will you seriously
Yeah,
come
I'll
back
come
and
and see
join
you.
me?
Bullish,
Yeah.
Matt.
Do you know
That's
what
bullish. I like that.
I've only met him today, and I want to see some more of him.
All right, Matt. Against either Barry or Chris?
Chris.
Matt from No Dribbling, trying to get into the final to help Pat. Taking on Chris here from the Eggheads. For the last time, please go to our question room. Well, I remember when you signed for Leicester in '97, and it was a club record, Matt, wasn't it?
20 years ago, unfortunately, Jeremy, yeah. I was going to say I remember it well, but I actually can't. But yeah, I had some great times at the club and some great times since as well.
So sport is the subject, Matt, and would you like to go first or second?
I'll buck the trend of my 3 colleagues that have gone prior to me because it hasn't worked for them one way or another. Pat needs some company back there. I'm going to go second.
So here we go with your first sport question, Chris. Which batsman is England's all-time highest run scorer in men's Test cricket? Chris, is it Alistair Cook, James Anderson, or Jack Russell?
Oh, this goes way back, doesn't it? It's Jack Russell from way back.
Matt, is he right?
No, I looked at that and I thought, even Chris might get that one. Alistair Cook, isn't it? I'm sure.
Alistair Cook is the answer.
He wrote letters from America, of course, for many years.
Caused a bit of laughter here. Dave, that was an error by Chris.
Yes, it was. Jack Russell was a wicket keeper in the 1980s, and James Anderson is a fast bowler in the millennium. It's Alistair Cook who's as of 2016 is the run scorer.
OK, Matt, this has started well. Your question. Which of these men is a former world snooker champion? Jimmy White, Stuart Bingham, or Willie Thorne?
I'm hesitating slightly. I just want to make sure I get the right shout. Willie Thorne's a friend of mine, actually, from the Leicester area. I don't believe Willie has won the World Championship. I'm sure he would have told me about it on numerous occasions. Jimmy White, a lot of people would assume that he was a champion. I know he's got to a few finals and unfortunately I think lost every time. And probably the least well-known name is the world champion. I think Stuart Bingham I'll go for.
Stuart Bingham is correct. Well done, Matt. Brilliant. So you're ahead of Chris. Chris, your question. Which 19-year-old was picked for the England football squad in October 2015, despite having only made 6 Premier League appearances for Tottenham? Was this Dele Alli, Eric Dyer or Harry Winks?
I'd go with Eric Dyer.
Now, you're wrong again, I'm afraid. Dele Alli is the answer. So, what can I say, Matt? This is going the way we wanted it to. Get this right, you're in the final. Israel Folau has played international rugby league and rugby union for which country? South Africa, Wales or Australia?
Can you spell that, please, Jeremy?
Yeah, so Israel, as you imagine, like the country.
Yeah.
And then capital F-O-L-A-U. Israel Folau.
There's a similarly named player who plays for Wales. It's not that spelling or not that pronunciation, whose name escapes me at this moment in time, but little bit of a guess. I'll go Australia.
Okay, if you got this right, you're in the final. Challenges, is he right?
100%.
100%,
Yep.
You're right. Well done, Matt. Australia is the right answer, 2 out of 2. No way back for Chris. Chris has been knocked out of the final. Maybe things are on the turn at just the right moment for our celebrity challengers. Come back to us, please, and we'll play the final round. Okay, this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for our final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So that's Pat Nevin, Helen and Perry from No Dribbling, but also Chris from the Eggheads. Would you please now leave the studio? All right, Matt and Pat, you're playing to win No Dribbling, £13,000. Is this like facing a penalty shootout, Pat?
Oh wow, this is worse. So much worse. Penalty shootout. You can go the right way or you can go the wrong way. Nothing's expected of you. We're expectations here now.
It's a bit similar, Pat. You guess at penalties. We're guessing at these answers, aren't we?
We are.
I suppose that's true. All right, well, listen, I hope it goes well for you both, Matt and Pat, in the final here. A lot of money at stake here for us, £13,000. Dave, Barry, Kevin, Beth, you're playing not for money, but for something that money can't buy, which is your reputation, and to keep this roll going against the celebrities, which, of course, we hope you bring to an end today. As usual, I'll ask each team 3 questions in turn. They're all general knowledge, and you can confer. OK, so Matt and Pat, the question is, can your 2 brains bring down these 4? I bet they can. And would you like to go first or second?
Wooden formula from Matt last time, so he went second, so we're going to stick with second.
All the best. Here we go. General knowledge. First question to the Eggheads. Who directed the 2016 film La La Land? Damien Chazelle, Paul Thomas Anderson, or David Ayer?
Damien Chazelle.
Damien Chazelle.
Chazelle.
Well, I haven't seen it, but fortunately 3 of my colleagues are aware of the answer to this, and we're going for Damien Chazelle.
Damien Chazelle, who did Whiplash as well. You're absolutely right. It's a work of genius. You seen it, La La Land?
Not yet, but I would have snuck that.
Old-fashioned and really good.
Yeah,
You
I've
would've
heard
got
good
that.
reports.
Yeah. OK, here we go. Your question. Which of these is a term for the pelt of a beaver? Skelm, plew, or forge? The pelt of a beaver.
What do you think? Let's work this one out.
What comes, Skelm comes to me. I don't know the reasoning behind that, but
Plew sounds. Skelm doesn't really do it for me.
a bit harsh.
Yeah.
A bit harsh.
Plew? What do you think?
I don't think plew,
You don't think
if
plew.
I'm honest.
So we're going to have a fight here.
This has always been bubbling over all day between me and you.
Centre half and a goalkeeper.
There
You
we
see, that's
go.
what happens.
I'm pretending I know. I'm pretending I've got half a clue there.
No, but you were very strong at the very start when I came. You had a good hunch on it.
Maybe it's just a
See,
Skelm,
I don't
strong,
know.
powerful word, isn't it? I don't know.
Okay, let's go for... Our answer's going to be Skelm, because it was very strong. Skelm.
Okay. It's not forge, it's not skelm, it is plume. Plume of a beaver. Okay, Eggheads, your question. What is the name of the traditional Maori greeting that involves the touching of noses? Is it roto, hongi, or haka?
Hongi.
Hongi.
Yep.
We're all happy with hongi?
Yep, that's it. Yep.
We're all happy with hongi.
Really? I thought you were going to go haka there. What's haka?
Haka is the war dance.
The war dance. Hongi is the right answer. I was hoping they'd go astray there.
So we need this.
You actually, yeah, because you let them go first, you do need this. Okay, come on, guys. Take your time. Which female politician became Prime Minister of Israel in 1969? Is it Golda Meir, Edith Cresson, or Hannah Sukotska?
For me, it's Golda Meir.
I went against it last time. I can't dare do it again, can I? Because you were right.
I think it's Golda Meir.
Have you got any reasoning? For
No, the name's
what you
familiar.
fancy.
The name's familiar to me.
Yeah.
Golda Meir. The other two, I don't recognise them. Golda Meir is the one that I think it is.
We get this wrong, we're having a
We're
shocker,
out.
aren't
We're
we?
gone. We're gone. But for me, it is.
Well, mate, yeah. I'll go with you on that.
I'm gonna say I'm taking a punt on this one. I'm taking the lead on this one.
Crack on.
Is I'm gonna say Golda Meir.
Golda Meir's quite right.
Get it.
Well done.
Done.
You stayed in. Now we have to hope the Eggheads fall into confusion on their third question. Which Italian football club are sometimes referred to as I Lupi, meaning the Wolves? Is it AS Roma, Juventus, or AC Milan?
It should be Rome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they've got the wolf,
Yeah.
as in Romulus and Remus,
Yeah.
on
Yes,
their
so, yeah.
Makes sense.
on their badge.
Got to go with that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, AS Rome.
Well, I think the clue here is the wolves, because a she-wolf is a symbol of Rome, who suckled Romulus and Remus. So on that basis, we're going for AS Roma.
Well, let's check with our footballers. Is that right? The Wolves?
I think it's. I would go with that one.
Yeah, it makes sense to us.
If it's right, the contest is over. The correct answer is AS Roma. We say congratulations, Eggheads. You have won. It's that clue.
Yeah. Well beaten.
The
Well
Skelm.
beaten.
Should have kept quiet.
No, it
Yeah,
was
kept quiet.
impossible to know, and no criticism. Well, thank you so much, team, for coming in. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching Perry every day. We still feel chuffed about that. Commiserations, challengers. I hope that was fun.
Yeah, good.
Good stuff.
Thank you.
The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, weaving across the pitch and one-touch passing today. The winning streak continues. I'm afraid it means that you haven't won the £13,000, so we're going to take that money, roll it over to our next celebrity show. Hopefully someone will win it at some point. But my goodness, the Eggheads are on this roll with the celebrities. No one seems to be able to put a shot past them. You got the fire on today?
Hungry for action.
Really? Okay. Hoping for the sweet taste of success against the Eggheads today. I'll make a meal of it. Now, everyone on this team is well known for their culinary capabilities, and they put them into good use on two of the country's most popular cookery programmes, The Great British Menu and Saturday Kitchen. Let's meet them.
My name is Nick Nairn, and some people might say that I'm a chef, but you might know me from television programmes like Ready Steady Cook, Saturday Kitchen, and Paul and Nick's Big Food Trip.
Hello, I'm Matthew Fort, and I'm a judge on The Great British Menu.
I'm Ching He Huang. I'm a TV chef and food writer, and you'll know me for trying to make Chinese food easy.
Hello, my name is Enam Ali MBE. I'm a restaurateur and founder of British Curry Award, and I'm also judge of Great British Menu.
Hi, I'm Tony Singh, chef based in Edinburgh, and you'll know me from representing Scotland in the Great British Menu.
So Nick and team, hello.
Hi.
Welcome, thank you for coming in. And we'll talk about food later, Nick, but on quizzing, first of all, have you quizzed?
Last time I did a quiz, it was Call My Bluff.
Oh, right.
I'm
Is that
very
going
old.
back away?
Yes, indeed, a long time.
And are you able to recall stuff?
No. No, Jeremy, I have the answer in my head. It's just getting it out.
Absolutely, we know. I think the answers are all there, don't you think, Matthew, to every question, probably?
It's the retrieval system that always breaks down.
But your thing is writing and journalism, and I'm thinking your retrieval system must be very good.
You can always look it up these days, which is wonderful.
Well, no, but maybe not, though. Maybe not, because that...
Not today, I know. I'm relying, frankly, on the team around me.
Tony, you've actually been on Celebrity Mastermind, and your subject was not food.
It wasn't. I was not coerced. I was suggested for tartan, which I thought was quite good, and then what a vast subject.
I find that show terrifying, so...
See, when the music comes on, and watching it as a child, you went in there and dread, cold sweat. It was hard.
The light, the chair.
Yep.
Well, we're a little bit easier on the soul here, I think, aren't we, Eggs? We're friendly, but in the end, it does come down to questions and answers. So I wish you all the best. Good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our celebrities' chosen charity. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, that prize money rolls over to our next show. So, make a meal of it. I can tell you that the Eggheads are playing so well against the celebrity teams. I think that's good, because it means they have won the last 13, all of them, which gives us a £14,000 jackpot for you to play for today.
Wow.
That's the answer. No other celebrity team has managed to steal the money.
OK, make a meal of it.
All right.
I have a feeling we're going to make a meal of it.
Good stuff. Are you ready to go?
First course.
OK, the first course, the first head-to-head battle is on the subject of geography. Geography.
Geography.
Who would like this?
Nick, no?
All right.
Nick, maybe it's you.
7 years in the Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on.
Oh,
Go
my
on.
goodness. Right, OK.
It's the captain's call.
Yes.
OK, the
Yes,
captain
Captain.
goes in. Nick is going in. Choose an egghead. You can have Beth, Chris, Pat, Barry or Steve.
Yeah, go on.
Beth.
Right. Nick from Make a Meal of It to play Beth from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, would you please both take your positions in our famous question room? Nick, you're playing geography now against Beth, and would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please.
Here we go. Which of these countries is the largest by area? Is it China, Italy or New Zealand?
OK, now, I have been warned not to go to snap decisions, so Italy, relatively small landmass, very long, but I think it's relatively small. New Zealand, islands, again, long and thin. I would say it has to be China.
Yes, you're right. China is correct.
Yes.
OK, Beth, your question. Barnsley is a town in which part of the UK? Hampshire, Devon or South Yorkshire?
Barnsley is in South Yorkshire.
South Yorkshire is correct. Back to you, Nick. What is the largest city in the US state of New Mexico? Is it Albuquerque, Dallas or Tucson?
OK, well, it can't be Dallas, because that's in Texas. I would say it has to be Albuquerque.
And the answer is indeed Albuquerque. Beth, your question. Ecuador shares land borders with Colombia and which other country? Beth, Mexico, Peru or Belize? Ecuador.
Ecuador. I think it's borders Peru.
OK, Eggheads, do you know this?
Yes.
Yeah, what is
It is Peru.
Peru is right. 2 each. OK, Nick, get this right and put a bit of pressure on our Egghead. At approximately 2,800 feet, what is the highest mountain in Northern Ireland? Nick, is it Slieve Donard, Mount Brandon or Carrauntoohil?
Now, Paul Rankin, who's Northern Irish, and I make a series called Paul and Nick's Big Food Trip, and our first 2 series were in Northern Ireland and Scotland, and we stayed in the Slieve Donard Hotel, which overlooked the mountains of Mourne. I would take a guess that it's Slieve Donard.
Slieve Donard is the correct answer, Nick. Well done. Nice work. You got 3 out of 3. Beth needs to get this right to stay in. The Ness of Brodgar is an ancient temple complex. Beth, found on which island group? Channel Islands, Outer Hebrides or Orkney Islands?
We used to walk our dog around the Ring of Brodgar when we lived in the Orkney Islands.
Yeah, you lived there. That's very handy. Orkney Islands is correct. Beth, 3 out of 3 for you both. Well, you both had a little personal connection there, Nick, with the question. It gets a bit harder now. Challenger, I don't give you alternative options. Sudden death we're on. Here's your question. How many countries have a coastline on the Bay of Biscay?
Bay of Biscay, which is Biscay. It's always very stormy in the Bay of Biscay. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I've sailed through the Bay of Biscay, so you've got 4.
4, no. 2 is the answer. France and Spain. Beth, you can take it with this question. Which London park is bounded by Buckingham Palace to the west and the Mall to the north?
Buckingham Palace to the west and the Mall to the north.
Yep.
St James's Park.
That's very good, Beth. Well done, because it's hard to call a map up in your mind like that. St James's Park is the right answer. You've won it on sudden death. Nick, sorry, knocked out by the Bay of Biscay. And you sailed there.
Yes. I just, I didn't know if it went far enough north to get the south coast of England and the Channel Islands.
Sure, understood. Not an easy question. Please come back, rejoin your teams, we'll play on. So as it stands, Make a Meal of It have lost 1 brain from the final round. The Eggheads have not lost any so far. Beth won through. The next subject for you challengers is music. Who would like this?
Well, it doesn't have to be modern music or classical music.
It could be.
Well, somebody has to do it, Tony.
I'll take one for the team then, eh?
That's very good, Tony. Tony, which egghead would you like? You've got 4 of them there on the left.
Pat.
Pat is your choice. OK, Tony from Make a Meal of It to play Pat from the Eggheads. Please go to the question room. So we're on music now, Tony. I know it might not have been your first choice, but would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first.
OK, let's see if we can get a challenger through to the final round. Here we go, music against Pat. Jimi Hendrix was best known for his skill on which musical instrument, Tony? Was it drums, guitar or piano?
This one I know because I was lucky enough to hold his guitar down at the Hard Rock Cafe. I think it was the most expensive guitar sold in auction, and the Hard Rock had it, and I got a chance to hold it. It was amazing.
Brilliant. Guitar is the right answer. Well done. OK, Pat, your question. I see trees of green, red roses too are the opening lyrics to which famous song? What a Wonderful World, Stand By Me, or My Funny Valentine?
Well, playing those lyrics in my head, it quickly becomes Louis Armstrong singing them. Yes, it's What a Wonderful World.
What a Wonderful World is quite right. 1 each. Tony, back to you. In the first line of the Elvis Presley hit Jailhouse Rock, who threw a party in the county jail? Was it the cellmate, the chaplain, or the warden?
I'm trying to recall the lyrics in my head, not coming. The person that would have control of it, I would say, would be the warden.
Yeah. Warden threw a party in the county jail. That's the first line. The warden is right. That was not my Elvis impression. Okay, that was not it. That was not it. Just to
Vocals.
Just a heads up. Warden is right. Pat, Pon de Replay is the title of the 2005 debut solo single by which pop star? Lady Gaga, Rihanna, or Beyoncé?
I don't think it's Lady Gaga. I think it's much more Rihanna than Beyoncé. I think I'll go for Rihanna.
Rihanna's correct. Tony, back to you. Wilder Mind was a UK #1 album for which band in 2015? Tony, was it Mumford & Sons, Coldplay, or Bastille?
Wilder Mind. I don't think it's Bastille, but then Mumford & Sons is that kind of thing they'd have for their... I'm going to go Coldplay, because I don't think it'd be a title Mumford & Sons would use, but it sounds wrong, is it? No.
It's wrong. It's, sorry, it's Mumford & Sons. Mumford & Sons. OK, Pat, for the round. What name is given to Tchaikovsky's Symphony No. 6? Resurrection, Pathétique, or Eroica?
It's rather wonderful, if very sad. It's Pathétique.
No doubt at all in your mind, is there?
No, I'm confident of that.
You are confident. Pathétique is the right answer. So after 3 questions, sorry, Tony, you've been knocked out here. It's gone to our Eggheads, and they've won 2 now. Please return and rejoin your teams, and we'll play round 3. As it stands, Make a Meal of It have lost 2 brains now from the final round. So the starter and the first course went on the floor. But you've got to turn it around now, challengers, and take an egghead out. This is the moment. The next subject is food and drink. Is that good?
Yeah. I think you should say so.
Who wants this? That's the difficulty.
Matthew, yes. You're our strongest for that.
Matthew?
Yes.
It's your life. Well, it's all of your lives. And against which egghead? It can be Steve or Barry or Chris.
I look deep into their eyes.
Rather you than
It
me.
makes no difference. Barry.
OK, Barry will enjoy this. Matthew from Make a Meal of It to play Barry from the Eggheads. A run out on food and drink, Barry?
I love this.
Yeah. Against them, though?
Why not?
To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. And you can choose, Matthew, now whether you go first or second against our Barry.
I think I'll go second for a change.
OK, Barry, your question. What are bear claws thought to have originated in the USA in the 1920s? Pastries, sausages, or fish pies?
Can't imagine there would be fish pies. I think they have to be pastries.
What, because they're shaped a certain way?
Yes, I would hope so.
Pastries is the right answer. Would you have known that, Matthew?
I would have made the same informed guess.
Here's your question. The blend of spices known as garam masala is mostly used in dishes from which continent? Africa, Asia, or South America?
Well, there is, in fact, a tradition of using them in Southern Africa, coming from, because they've taken on many influences from elsewhere. I think probably not South America. So primarily Asia.
Let's check with Tony as if we need to. Tony, is he right?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
OK. Asia is correct, of course. Well done. Barry, feijoada completa, a dish of black beans cooked with fresh and smoked meats and accompanied by traditional side dishes, is considered to be the national dish of which country? Brazil, Egypt, or Spain?
Well, fortunately, I was in Rio de Janeiro last year, and as ever on my travels, I always look on the menus, and feijoada was very prominently displayed on most Brazilian menus, so I'm pretty certain it's the national dish of Brazil.
Brazil is right, Barry. Well done. Always good to have seen it. Prime sauce, seen it in the country itself. So to catch up, Matthew, your question. Which cocktail said to be created in Puerto Rico became its official national drink in 1978? Mai Tai, mojito, or pina colada?
Goodness knows I've drunk enough of all three of them, but I've never actually inquired into their origins. I think on instinct, more than anything else, and fuzzy memory, I'm going to say pina colada.
Barry, what do you think?
I'd be more inclined to go for mojito.
Let's check with your teammates. Teammates?
Pina colada.
They all like pina colada, and it's right, Matthew. Well done.
Oh, what a relief.
OK, Barry. 2-2. Your question. The area around the Indian town of Mangan in North Sikkim is particularly famous for the production of which spice? Saffron, cardamom, or paprika?
Well, Sikkim is the foothills of the Himalayas, and I'm just wondering if that is too high to grow saffron. So on that basis, I shall discount saffron and go for cardamom.
Cardamom is correct.
Ooh.
He's quizzing well, old Barry here, that's for sure, but then so are you, Matthew. You need this to stay in. The bakery products called Fat Rascals are traditionally associated with which historic English county? Yorkshire, Cornwall, or Essex?
I know it's not Essex, and I am pretty certain it's not Cornwall. So I say Yorkshire. Indeed, I think I seem to remember I've eaten a fat rascal in Yorkshire. So Yorkshire is the answer.
You've eaten a fat rascal in Yorkshire. That's handy.
I know.
Yorkshire is the right answer. OK, so after 3 questions, we're level. Sudden death, Barry, we go to you first. Here we go. You ready? According to statistics, which country became the world's biggest red wine consumer in 2014?
Purely on the size of their population, I'm going to say the USA.
No, it's China.
Oh.
It's China. Well, look,
Guzzle it down.
based on the population, Barry. Matthew got a chance here to take the round on food and drink. Which French dessert consisting of cherries baked in a sweet custard-like batter has a name derived from dialect words meaning to cover or to fill up?
Clafouti.
You're through. You got it, Clafouti. Well
Where
done.
did that come from?
Well done, Matthew. Barry, you're out, and food and drink proved decisive, did it, for our challengers? Let's see. Rejoin us, one more round to play. So, as it stands, Make a Meal of It have made a meal of Barry. They've lost 2 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have lost 1. And the next subject, which could be decisive here as you set up the final, is arts and books. So it's going to be Enam or Ching?
Arts and books.
Arts and books. Who would like this?
Enam, what about you?
Shall I go?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
You go.
OK.
Yes.
Okay.
Enam.
Please go.
Enam.
I'm really bad at arts and books.
I'm absolutely...
All right.
Yeah, you'll be perfect.
Now, Enam, choose an egghead here. You can have either Chris or Steve at the end.
Steve at the end.
Steve at the end.
Steve at the end.
So
at the
Enam
end.
from Make a Meal of It versus Steve from the Eggheads. Last round before the final. Please go to the question room now. Well, good luck in this round. Enam, you're up against Steve on arts and books. And just tell us if you'd like to go first or second.
I'll go for second.
OK, second. So, Steve, your first question. According to Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, what never did run smooth? The Dogs of War, The Course of True Love, or The 7 Ages of Man?
Yeah, very true. It's The Course of True Love.
It's been your experience, has it?
Oh, definitely.
Should I ask a follow-up? I don't think so. No, let's move
Leave
on.
it there.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. The Course of True Love is the right answer. Enam, your question. Which of these artists was born first? Enam, is it Tracy Emin, Andy Warhol, or Pablo Picasso?
Well, Pablo Picasso is someone sound like to me he was first, but I'll go for Tracy Emin.
I think she might be younger than me, Tracy Emin. The answer, you were actually there at the start. Pablo Picasso was your instinct. And Pablo Picasso was the answer. OK, Steve, over to you. Life of Pi is a best-selling novel by which author? Dan Brown, Louis de Bernier, or Yann Martel?
Well, thankfully I've read it, and I can remember who wrote it. It's Yann Martel.
Yann Martel is the right answer. So Steve has got 2. Enam, you need to get this one right to stay in.
Okay.
The novel Crime and Punishment is set in which country? Enam, is it Britain, Russia, or Germany?
Well, certainly not Russia. I will go for Britain.
They were trying to telegraph Russia to you here because Russia is the answer. That was a tough one to go in on arts and books against Steve. It does mean Steve has won that round. And if you come back to us, we will play the final for £14,000. Well, what a game so far. We've really enjoyed it here, and this is what we've been playing towards. It is time for our final round. As always, it is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Nick, Enam and Tony from Make a Meal of It, but also Barry from the Eggheads, would you please now leave the studio? Matthew and Ching, you're playing to win Make a Meal of It, £14,000 for your charity.
Let's not make a meal of it.
There we go. It's quite a big jackpot because all the other celebs lost, so that's good in a way. Steve, Pat, Chris, Beth, you're playing for something that money can't buy, which is the Eggheads' precious reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time they're all general knowledge. You can confirm. So talk about it before you answer. Matthew and Ching, the question is, can your 2 brains, with all of your brilliant knowledge, defeat these 4 super brains over here? Good luck, celebrities. Come on, you can do it. Take it 1 question at a time. It's been done many times from this position. Would you like to go first or second?
We will go first, please.
OK, Ching, Matthew, good luck. General knowledge. And here's your first question. What type of creature was Jumbo, the famous animal who joined London Zoo in 1865? Is it gorilla, elephant, or lion?
It's got to be elephant. Jumbo the elephant.
You're not sure you're not thinking of Dumbo the elephant?
Oh.
I'd like it to be a lion, I think.
I think
Well,
gorilla. What do you think?
I would
Gorilla.
I would say elephant myself.
Elephant?
But I may be wrong.
Maybe we should go for our instinct first.
You answer.
But you're right, I was thinking of Dumbo. The elephant.
You say Dumbo.
Was it? Okay, elephant. Should we go elephant?
Let's go.
So,
Let's go
okay.
elephant. What have we got to lose? First point.
Elephant.
Elephant is your answer. I'm glad it is elephant, yeah. Jumbo was an elephant, well done. Good decision making there by Ching and Matthew. Good conferencing. Okay, Eggheads. Which of these is a famous line from the film Apocalypse Now? You talking to me? I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Or say hello to my little friend.
Robert Duvall.
The smell of napalm in the morning, yeah. Ah, cue the Wagner. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
That's right. Robert Duvall said, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. You talking to me was Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Al Pacino in Scarface.
Al Pacino in Scarface. They do know their stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes, clearly.
All right, general knowledge. Final round. Playing for £14,000. Challenges. What is the title of the first full-length novel to feature Miss Marple? Murder at the Vicarage, The Mysterious Affair at Styles, or The Sign of Four?
Marple.
I know it's not the sign of four. My
Murder at the Vicarage?
no, I think it's
No?
I think it's the Mysterious Affair at Styles,
Okay.
but I might be wrong. Would you blame me if I am? You said.
No, I feel that it's the Mysterious Affair at Stars. I mean, I have no idea, so I think that would be a solid guess.
Spit it out.
Spit it out. We're going to go for the Mysterious Affair at Styles.
The Mysterious Affair at Styles. Actually, I read this the last summer holiday I was on because my daughter, who's 12, has got really into Agatha Christie. So, who wrote two of the three here. And there is no sign of Miss Marple in that.
Oh dear.
It's a very
So sorry.
early novel, and I wonder if it might have even been her first, actually. Was Mysterious Affair at Styles her first?
Well, have been. It's first Poirot.
first Poirot.
The first Poirot. Poirot was in it.
Oh, no.
The Sign of Four. Matthew's right, it was Sherlock Holmes, The Sign of Four. Murder at the Vicarage was the answer.
Oh.
Who?
Oh, dear.
Terrible title.
I know.
Eggheads, what name is often given to an eel that is split and grilled or fried? Syllabub, spitchcock, or stargazy?
Spitchcock.
Spitchcock.
Yeah.
Spitchcock.
Yeah.
Stargazing.
Yeah, stargazy pie is a Cornish thing, but syllabub's a dessert, so it's a spitchcock.
Yeah, that was your question so much, wasn't it? Spitchcock is the answer.
Yeah.
Spitchcock, well done. Well done, Chris. Now, you've got to get this one right, challengers, to keep it alive. Otherwise, the Eggheads have won. Which comic book character was in real life appointed as a UN honorary ambassador in 2016, but was removed from the role only 2 months later? Aquaman, Wonder Woman, or Batman?
Okay. I missed that bit of news.
Pass me by. So,
Which comic book character was in real life appointed as a UN honorary ambassador in 2016, but removed from the role only 2 months later?
I think it might have been Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's Wonder Woman.
Is that so?
Because it might be a little bit of a faux pas, you know, her outfits. I don't know.
All that sort of thing. It was a joke. Give it a go.
Give it a go. We have no idea, so we're going to go for Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman is your answer. Eggheads, are they right?
Yes, they are
And do you
indeed.
remember why she was removed?
It went portraying women in a good light, apparently.
It was that Barbie doll physique and everything that people objected to.
Yeah, the costume.
The costume and the idea these
We knew that.
so-called perfect figure. Wonder Woman is the right answer. Yes. Well done, you.
Yes,
2 out of 3.
yes, we're still in.
Really good. Still in. If they get this wrong, we go to sudden death.
Right.
Okay, if they get it right, the contest is over.
Give them something really hard.
Here we go, let's see. Which musician was famously heckled and called Judas during a concert at the Manchester Free Trade Hall in 1966? Bob Dylan, Frank Sinatra, or John Lennon?
Bob Dylan.
Dylan?
Yeah.
All day long.
Because he abandoned acoustic guitar.
Because they're supposed to track bloke down that shouted Judas, didn't they?
And he shouted back, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
That was Bob Dylan, Jeremy.
Do you think they're right?
It was.
It was. Bob Dylan is the right answer. So we do say congratulations, Eggheads. You have won. And on the mysterious ferret style, so you don't dwell on it too much. I mean, that was a very early one, so I can see the logic totally there, Matthew, because it was the first Poirot.
That I didn't know, I must say. I knew it was a very, very early one.
Yeah.
And The Murder at the Vicarage just seemed to be such a sort of wet title.
It is a bit wet, and it's a bit obscure. I've read all the Agatha Christie's because I love them, and it is a bit obscure. I can't remember what happens in that. So I can see why you went for that one. Commiserations, challengers. Great to see you all at the back as well. Hope you enjoyed that.
Sorry, guys.
That's what they do, day in, day out. We've got to get... Someone's got to come in here and stop you, wretched Eggheads.
One of these days.
One of these days it will happen. A celeb team will take them down, I'm sure of it. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally, though, today, and this amazing winning streak continues. I'm afraid you haven't won the £14,000, so we roll the money over to our next celebrity show. Eggheads, well done, looking formidable. Maybe these celebs get you to raise your game, you start showing off a bit. Is that what's happening? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to finally defeat them. There'll be £15,000 on the table. Until then, goodbye.